So finally, after all these days of hunting, we finally had a perfect day. We had overcast skies, the temperature was down, it felt like a great day. And Tim, the rancher's son, came with us and was going to hunt with us.
They got some beautiful bulls right up in there, you know, and they'll come down there. Got to.
One of the coolest things about being on this hunt at this time was that Weston and Jody had just bought MossBack Game Calls. Some of the best game calls, some of the best elk calls on the market. And Wes knows how to use them. We had a spot where there was cover for the camera, there was cover for me, and there was cover for Weston as he called. It just felt perfect. And it wasn't long, and here he comes. A great 5-point bull. It was so cool from where I was able to see the bull before he could really see where we were. So when his head was still behind the trees, I drew the bull back and he stopped. So I held it and held it and held it.
Is he big enough? He's big enough. Kill him.
And finally, when he did take off, he kind of stepped off on kind of a quick gait. So I followed him with the sights, and the second that Weston called again, he stopped, and that's the second that I released that arrow. And this bull did what I've only ever seen a whitetail do. I didn't realize an elk could even do it. He dropped right out of my picture. The arrow sailed over his back. I couldn't believe that I had shot high, but we looked at the footage, and this bull did a incredible act of getting out of the way of that arrow.
What an incredible act indeed. I mean, everything was perfect. Bull came in, Tim drew back, he released. That big old bull ducked that arrow just like a whitetail. I mean, it was unbelievable.
The weather was hot, the moon was full, but we saw so many bulls, and Weston was able to pull in so many with the calls. And the bottom line is, this was the hunt of a lifetime. I mean, it was just a blast. We had so much fun in the woods. We just saw so many animals. I don't want for a thing. It was awesome. It was great. And I missed a bull. And I know that that's part of hunting, and I know that Weston and Jody have talked about that before, that if you hit one or miss one, that's the end. But Weston always has one more thing up his sleeve.
This portion brought to you by MossBack Game Calls, the last thing they'll ever hear.